Okay, today we have Huawei MatePad 11.5S 2024 and this is HonorPad V9. I'm going to quickly compare the differences in terms of note-taking experience. For the Huawei MatePad, let me just open the Notes app. For the HonorPad V9, let me open the Notes app as well. So as you can see, they are pretty much similar in terms of design. If you want to add a new note on Huawei, simply press the plus sign here and create new note. For the HonorPad V9, for handwritten note, you have to click here. So as you can see, for the HonorPad V9, you have a few options for your cover and a few options for your paper. As for the Huawei, it's pretty much similar, just that Huawei offers more templates because there's something called Resource Center whereby you can download extra stuff. Okay, this is for the paper. For the front cover, also same. You can download. You can also custom your own if you like. You can just import from the gallery. Same goes for the HonorPad V9 as well. So for the front cover, you can customize and import. Now for the paper, although Huawei has more paper templates, but you cannot import your own template. But for HonorPad V9, you can. So this is one difference you have to take note. If you want to use your own template, then you can only choose HonorPad V9. Of course, HonorPad V9 can also change to different background. The colors are pretty limited to white, dark, yellow and green. But for this Huawei, the color options are limitless. You can actually key in the color code to whatever you like and it will just change to that color. You can even pick the color from your screen environment. Let's say I want this color. Yep, there you go. Alright, so in terms of color of the paper, Huawei is more flexible, but Honor is a bit simple. But if you ask me, this is good enough. Okay, so these are just minor differences between Huawei and Honor, but when it comes to actual note taking, okay, you will see that there are some key differences. So for Huawei, you can see that they have more pen options. For Honor, pretty limited, but it's good enough. Okay, so Huawei like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pencils. For Honor, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so some of these pens are good to have. So I think in terms of practicality, Honor actually is more practical. You only need to consider these 3 pens. And one thing Honor is better is the handwriting recognition or handwriting conversion. Let's see. I want to convert or adjust my handwriting to some other font or to beautify it. Circle it, adjust handwriting, and I get this. You can change to different font, including Chinese characters. Alright, so there are like 7 different fonts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can even write Chinese characters and change the handwriting accordingly. So it's pretty useful. For the Huawei, there is handwriting enhancement as well, which is here. but you only have 2 different fonts, so this is a bit boring. Anyway, both of them can adjust the intensity, but I usually put them at max. If put at 0, this is the original handwriting. So same goes for the Honor Pad V9. Okay, so in terms of handwriting adjustment or beautification, Honor is doing a better job. Now if we look into some other areas like this highlighter and marker, basically this is very similar to Honor as well, so it's a draw if you ask me. For the eraser part, also similar. You can erase by stroke or erase by area. Okay, I think Honor is more intuitive in terms of this, but for Huawei they are like more complex or more complicated. Like this pressure sensitivity for eraser, I'm not sure what it does. I've tried a few times, I don't see any differences if I turn on or turn off. So if you know why, do let me know in the comments below. Okay, so this is also text box. You can just add here and type something, same like what Honor can provide. Okay, but this one, mathematical formula, this one is something exclusive to Honor. Okay, just write some mathematical formula, and it's very tidy. Okay, alright, so this is pretty useful if you are going to write a lot of mathematical formulas and you want to make your notes tidy. It won't calculate for you, so do take note on that. For Huawei, it doesn't come with that, but Huawei come with this feature called one stroke feature, which is actually nice to use. I'll show you later. For the Honor, it also comes with something like this, but this is different compared to Huawei. I will show you Honor first. Honor. So if I choose this and I choose the border to be green, the inner to be red, I just draw like this, I get something I want, like this, a pentagon with green borders and red inner. Right? But that's about it. Okay, if you want to draw a lot of shapes, you have to keep on drawing, but Honor does help you to make a perfect round circle, as you can see. So still okay, but if you see what Huawei can do, one stroke, circle, 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 square, 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 triangle. Oops, sorry, this is not triangle, this is a kite form. See, get what I mean? Huawei is actually more practical and faster. So in terms of shape drawing, Huawei actually has the upper hand, unless you are talking about filling the inner part like what I can do on Honor. Then that is another different story. So it depends on your use case. This is to import image, pretty much the same as this one, so nothing to talk about. This is exclusive to Huawei if you compare it against Honor. This is stickers, whereby you can insert cute stickers and make your whole writing experience more, I don't know, feels better maybe. Looks kind of cute, because if you want to do journal, this will be helpful. I see that a lot of YouTubers are doing some colorful journals or beautiful journals using stickers and stuff like that. So I think this is quite useful. So this one is something that Honor doesn't come with. This is the enlargement of area so that you can write something here. And this is also available on Honor, same thing. Oops, sorry, this one. See? Same thing. Okay, so I won't be elaborating on that. Laser pointer, also similar to what the Honor has. Okay. This one is something that Honor doesn't have, I think. Yep. This one is to change the whole template. Let's say I want to change this template. And I'm done. And it's only exclusive to that particular page. It won't affect other pages. For Honor, you cannot change. Alright. But Honor does come with this ruler, which is useful. And it will show you the distance you have drawn. You can also tilt your ruler like a normal regular ruler. So this is pretty good. But for Huawei, I don't think it comes with a ruler. So this ruler is something Huawei doesn't have. Okay. But Huawei does come with this voice recording. Oops. Hello there. Stop recording. And if I play back, you'll see my stroke coming out directly while playing. Oops. Hello there. Stop recording. So this one is good to have, but if you ask me for note taking, I don't think this is necessary. This is more like giving a presentation or something. So again, yep, it's good to have. And to me, I don't think this is necessary. Right? So I will just conclude the differences between Honor Pad V9 and Huawei. Give me a moment. Okay, so here's my conclusion. For Huawei, having a resource center is good because if they are able to update it from time to time, that is definitely useful in the long run. For the pen options, I don't really use all pen, but I find that the HB pencil is actually pretty nice to use. However, the 2B pencil is a bit artificial, so I don't really prefer that. Anyway, having more pen options is always a good thing. The one stroke feature is actually very nice if you want to draw quick shapes effectively. So yep, if you are not picky or you don't need any coloring to fill up the inner part of the shape, then this is definitely a plus point. Now, stickers. Stickers is definitely something I want because in the long run, I do need stickers to, bookmark some of the pages. So this is really useful. And I also want to make the whole page to look more lively. For template changing for each individual page, this is definitely a plus point because in one notebook, you may not need every page to have the same template because some pages may have different kind of topic, so you may need to change to another template if possible. So Huawei is able to give me that, so it's a good thing. Now the voice recording. For voice recording, I said that this is good to have but not necessary to have. But if you're the kind of person that records meetings or lectures, then this may be useful. Or if you're the kind of person that will talk to your own self and you want to leave a message to your future self, then this is good. Now let's take a look at Honor. Okay, for Honor, the big plus point for Honor will be the handwriting adjustment. It has more fonts, and this alone is a big plus point for me because I really like what I see on Honor more than what I see on Huawei in terms of handwriting adjustment. For the shapes, again, this is up to individual preference, because if you want to draw quick shapes only, then Huawei is better. But if you want to draw a more delicate kind of shapes with different border colors and different fillings, then I think Honor is better because Huawei won't be able to do so. Then now comes to the mathematical formula beautification. Honor is able to do it, and if you are the kind of person that takes a lot of formulas, then I think in terms of practicality, Honor will be a better choice because you will have a more tidy notes compared to what you can get or what you may get on Huawei. The ruler, this is really good to have, although I won't say it's necessary, but having a ruler in a notes app actually makes sense. As simple as that. Oh, and one more thing, Honor can also add in your own custom templates, but for Huawei, you can only add in your own custom cover page, not templates. So if somehow you need to custom your own templates with your, let's say, school logo, company logo as a header, and some slogan as a footer, then I think Honor will be the better choice. Overall, which one I will choose, just for writing experience alone, I always prefer M Pencil, okay? Because I feel that M Pencil is, feels nicer to touch. It's very hard to explain, but the feeling, the whole design that looks like a pencil does feel good for me. And the Huawei I have here is a paper matte display, and this makes the whole writing experience even better. So if you want to have a more smoother experience in terms of writing, I think Huawei will have the upper hand. Okay, but now let's talk about practicality. Do understand that Huawei is running on Harmony OS, and that one is actually just Android 12. But the Honor Pad V9 is running on Magic OS 9 based on Android 15. So as you can see, this one should have the longer lifespan in the long run. So if you have just one budget, then I think Honor may be better for you. Okay, but that's just my opinion. I cannot represent you. Alright. So other than that, you also have to know that Harmony OS, you need to set up your own Google stuff, Google Maps, Google Chrome, your own Play Store using something like Gbox. So if you're not too familiar with all this tinkering stuff, I think it's best to avoid Huawei for now. So getting an Honor tablet straight away, you can use it like any other Android devices. So this is actually more carefree and more convenient. Also, this will be upgraded to Android 16 in the future, which is Magic OS 10. I'm not sure about the update policy, but for Huawei, so far I don't see that there's any major updates for me, because my newer Huawei is running on 4.3, as in Harmony OS 4.3, but my Huawei MatePad 11.5S from last year is just running on 4.2, I believe. So it's a bit disappointing. Okay. Anyway, I think that's all for today. I hope this answers your question and help you make a better decision. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day ahead.